I read an article this morning about the first customer who took delivery of an F-150 Lightning. And all I can think of is that poor soul has to shift that Ford F-150 shifter every time he wants to drive his car. Remarkably smooth powertrain, so butter smooth to drive, but then you have to...
Or if you fold it down.
Ruins the entire car. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 26 of the Daily Motor Podcast. Now that I've already blown out the audio here on the Yeti, the Blue Yeti.
That was a very organic intro today.
Yeah, you're right.
Usually it's just rambling at the beginning.
Right. No, well, technically the rambling was about the mic gain.
Oh, are you going to put that in?
Well, who knows? We'll see if how boring I want to make the intro to this one.
All right.
Yeah. Exciting week here at Daily Motor Headquarters because we had our first Rolls-Royce.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rolls-Royce Cullinan.
I got to be Jeeves for you at your wedding.
You did. That was very nice. Also, I got married. Also a big exciting thing here at Daily Motor, and Chris was a witness.
You got married to the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. I have officiated. What is it called? Pastorate. What is it?
You were officiant for
but what's the person called that?
Witness.
No, what's the person called that marries you?
The officiant.
I thought it was called a minister. Yeah, that's what it was. That's what I'm thinking.
I think officiant is a less religious term.
Oh,
like
gotcha.
Anyone can be an
is
officiant.
Minister like religious?
Ministers technically,
ways?
I think. Yeah, I don't know.
All of my buddies in college became ordained ministers as a joke.
Oh yeah, because you can just
just go online and you can print out a certificate and be an ordained minister.
Yep. Yeah. No, I got married to something much prettier than the Rolls-Royce. It was Alyssa.
Oh.
Yeah. But the Rolls-Royce was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because that car, $430,000 as spec'd, and the intention of a Rolls-Royce is to not be as showy as you would think.
Right.
So a lot of people are like, this doesn't. Some people don't even like the looks of it.
Yeah.
The one we had was gray on gray on gray on gray. It was like as much brown as the Jaguar was brown. This was gray.
A lot of different shades of gray in that.
Yeah. Because there's the primary color, the secondary color, and then the tertiary color.
Tertiary.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yep.
Good word.
Yeah. So gray on chrome on black.
Appearance pack. So
yeah,
black
which
wheels.
costs about $19,000.
It's a lot. Is it just the wheels and like a couple?
And all the
it's like
chrome
dark
bits.
chrome.
Yeah, it's blacked out where a lot of the chrome would be. Which on a Rolls, I'd
still a
kind
lot
of
of
rather have
chrome
the
though.
chrome. Yeah.
Chrome grill, chrome badges,
Door handles.
chrome door handles.
Yeah, chrome's or a dark Spirit of Ecstasy might look cool.
That would be dope.
Yeah. I will say one of the coolest things about driving that car is just looking out over the hood while you drive and having the Spirit of Ecstasy, and even just the imposing nature of the large hood.
Yeah.
Encompassing that V12 motor. Very smooth. I did not ever once feel that car shift gears.
No, you can't. No, it's such a different feeling driving that car, as in like no matter where you're driving and who's coming the other way, they're definitely poorer than you.
Yeah.
Like there was an Escalade coming my way and I was like, move peasant. He was like blocking my side of the road and I'm like, normally I would be intimidated by an Escalade, but not in a Cullinan.
No, it's cool knowing you're more expensive than just about every other car on the road, even things like semi-trucks and a lot of times. Yeah. And you're faster than a lot of cars as well, because that thing's still, despite being so heavy, it's so
quick.
Yeah, which 600
just whooshes off.
pound-feet of torque. Yeah, just
I know we say a lot of times like
forward.
We say cars whoosh off, but the Cullinan like defines that.
Yeah,
like, it's wild.
Essentially, any V12 car, just all of a sudden you're doing 80, and you just don't realize it because of the wave of torque that
you don't hear it.
No,
you don't even hear the turbos. You don't hear anything. It's just it's almost electric.
Yeah. In fact, when a Rolls-Royce is electric, that will be the ultimate smooth luxury car. I'm sure Rolls-Royce is working very hard on that because screw the efficiency aspect, just the fact that there will be zero shifting and zero powertrain noise.
Just to be even smoother.
Yeah. Yep. And I clearly have a lot of room for batteries in a Rolls-Royce because the car is ginormous.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was very, very pleased with the Cullinan. There's not much not to be. The ride's fantastic. Yeah. I love just how quiet it is.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is subtle. You again, people get in it who are uneducated, and you might notice things that it doesn't have in it. For example, things like rear view camera mirror doesn't have, no active lane keeping.
I don't care about any of that though.
Right. You certainly don't. But it's just like you might think like, oh, how is this car supposed to be the fanciest car in the world without a lot of these features?
In a different
some of them
segment.
you can obviously option.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that there's not a single rattle anywhere in the car.
No.
It's the fact that when you touch the air vents, they're solid metal and you can ting them with your fingernails. The fact that every aspect of using the car feels so natural. The steering is light and well positioned.
Yeah, you can pinky it.
Single pinky turn the wheel. The one ergonomic aspect of the vehicle that I didn't care much for, it's a column shifter, which I'm all good with.
Oh, right.
But below that is the windshield washer stalk.
I did it once.
And yeah, oftentimes you go to change gear with the column shifter and you hit the windshield wiper stalk.
Which then sprays the windshield
with fluid.
Yeah, I only did it once. I was like I was going to back into a spot and I like hit the thing and it startled me. I was like, "Oh shit."
Sure. And obviously one of the points of the large point of a Rolls-Royce is to be chauffeured in, and that didn't happen to either of us. Well, you chauffeured me a little bit. I did chauffeur
you.
But it was for a short period of time. And I suppose for those slow speeds it did work well. The suicide doors allow you to get in and out very easily, don't you know? And it's just it's a good large place to be. Another thing that was a bit surprising, and I guess again kind of makes sense because it's a car made for rear seat passengers, but Alyssa on the way home was trying to take a nap in the front passenger seat, and it doesn't recline very far. Only reclined about halfway down.
To put her in the back.
Yeah, well, it was full of wedding.
Oh, it was full
wedding
of
gifts and flowers and dress
right.
and things like that. Yep. But beautiful car. We got some amazing shots. In fact, let me bring them up real quick.
Did you get any back from your photographer?
I got 2 back real quick.
Oh, God, I'm so excited.
Yeah, hopefully I can do this.
That was just the most beautiful. It was like a you had to be there moment.
Sure.
Rolls-Royce Cullinan in off-road mode, going through a ditch up a grassy knoll.
I'm going to see if I can.
During golden hour.
Yeah, it was really quite
Charlie
impressive.
Looking very dapper in his wedding suit. Tux.
Yes. Let's see if I can bring it up without any of you seeing any important emails here. There's my beautiful bride, Mrs. Dreyer, sitting in the back of the Rolls there. Very nice black and white car.
Mrs. Dreyer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, very nice. The benefit of the Rolls-Royce doesn't call them suicide doors for obvious reasons. They're called not suicide doors.
Well, Mazda calls them freestyle doors.
Well, certainly not that. It's something classier than that. But the rear opening doors or front opening doors are well, and then look at that. It's
that's so sick.
It's like it's a pet animal behind me, like nudging up onto my butt.
It's sniffing your
sniffing my hindquarters. But
so cool. Oh man, I'm so excited to see all those.
And the turned wheel showing the Rolls-Royce emblem, that worked out really well. She did a good job with that.
Whoever parked that Cullinan in there just did a really good job.
Yeah, Chris is one of the very few journalists, if not just human beings, who have gotten to somewhat off-road a Rolls-Royce Cullinan.
That's right.
Took it up a significantly steep hill.
Yeah, and through a ditch. I mean, it had to be some
articulation. And one of us should have hopped out and filmed, but we were busy. But yeah,
you were busy being married.
Busy being married. Yes,
I was busy being Jeeves.
Very Jeeves. Yeah, and that's the advantage of the Rolls-Royce symbol logo and the wheel always staying upright. Is whenever you park it for photos, it's always perfectly. A lot of RRs are on that car. It kind of has the BMW M symptom
to the door panels, like behind the leather.
Really? Yeah, I think I did notice that. Come to think of it, yep.
Doors. Yeah. Name. I'm trying to find out what the doors are called.
Sure. Yeah, I can.
Coach doors.
Coach doors. Thank
Coach
you.
doors.
Yes, yep. Rather than a trigger word door. We just leave Alyssa up here on the background of.
You should leave her up there.
Podcast. To be fair, she doesn't look super great coming through the GoPro, going through the GoPro app, going through OBS, and then after Premiere. There's a little bit of compression there happening, but
okay.
Right. The people, when they really see it like this, they'll be like, boom. Nice flowers, too. Yeah, it was a fun weekend. We're up in Harbor Springs, Michigan. Again, second weekend in a row.
Yeah,
no
I know. I just want to keep going back. I love Harbor Springs.
Yeah, I do too. I'd probably move back there if it weren't for the fact that there's less money to be made unless you're in like just the right industry. I mean, it'd be difficult for me to do this this job from 4 hours away.
Yes, it would.
So unless all three of us moved up there and then the manufacturers were willing to drive cars and have 1,000 miles put on each loan, essentially.
Yeah, that would be a lot to ask, I think.
Which they do it for car confections for a decent amount of loans down in Kentucky.
Yeah, but they don't get like everything.
They don't get Cullinans.
They don't get Cullinans.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
They get a lot of like, well, I mean, they get a lot of the stuff that
they're getting a lot more.
Yeah,
now,
they're starting
especially.
to.
Yeah.
Those guys are so nice.
Yeah.
I like seeing them at the events.
Shout out Mason and Drew from Car Confections.
Yeah, really
Go
good
ahead and
guys.
comment on their video the word potato.
Oh yeah, and then they'll all be confused,
They'll be like, "Why is somebody saying potato?" But then they'll remember, "Oh yeah, it's YouTube comments, and
and they won't think anything of it.
everyone except for you guys commenting,
Unless
are
like 10
idiots."
people do it.
Yeah,
Go to their
if there's
latest
a
video.
significant amount of potato on their videos.
Bonus points for potato emoji if there is one. Is there one?
There's got to be a potato emoji
potato
because
emoji?
then the entire state of Idaho would be insulted if there weren't.
That's fair.
Right, and all
Definitely
25
a cheese
people.
emoji. So
Yeah, so Wisconsin's good. Yeah, very cheese.
Potato. Ha! There is. I just sent it to you. Potato.
Cool. I'm happy to know
You're
that there's a
welcome.
potato emoji sitting in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
The sound system in the Rolls-Royce S tier, very, very good sound system. And it's not even the bespoke audio. It's only the base premium 16-speaker audio system.
You think the bespoke is like S plus?
I really do think it would
Yeah.
require its own ranking. There's
Wow.
like F through A and then S and then Rolls-Royce tier. Which,
Rolls-Royce tier. That should just be the tier.
that should be, top
Rolls-Royce
Rolls-Royce tier. Would see if we can find a Volvo that would achieve Rolls-Royce
The
tier.
S90 will.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Chris and I may go out back after this, and we have an S90 right now with the Bowers and Wilkins system, and we might just park next to each other and see which system sounds better, the Rolls-Royce or the Volvo.
Mm-hmm.
But if we film it and then the Volvo comes out better, we probably won't publish it because we don't want Rolls to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them to know that.
Yeah.
I just can't fathom a sound system being better than the one in that S90.
Yeah.
Like I don't see how it's possible for a sound system to be better than that one.
Let's move on to that S90.
Yeah. Okay.
Very
So
quick.
also, are we gonna go through the whole trilogy of what happened to that car?
Yeah, hit it. So we got...
So Charlie was very nice to get me a car to drive up to the wedding, and
Sure, well, let's
literally got me.
We'll
what?
step back just a tiny bit further
Okay,
because
sorry.
I had booked the Cullinan for myself.
That's right.
And I had gave it to the Topher for the drive up there because, let's be honest, I wouldn't be driving a Rolls-Royce to my wedding if it weren't for the Topher and his generosity and
Sure.
camaraderie. So he and his beautiful wife and child wrote it up. I am curious to talk to him about what it was like having
With
child
Austin?
in Cullinan. It had to be
I can tell
excellent.
you because he told me.
Okay.
He said that Austin did not like the Rolls-Royce because it was too smooth and didn't make enough noise, and he didn't know he was in a car, so he was upset.
So, Daily Motor top tip, if you want to put your baby to sleep while driving him in a car, don't buy a Rolls-Royce because it's too smooth and quiet.
But you get that though, like kids.
Oh,
like
it makes
to feel,
entire sense.
Yeah, so it was too smooth. But that's great though, right? Like for normal people.
That is a good vote of confidence there.
Yeah.
I imagine it was easy to get the car seat in and out because with the
I'm sure.
coach doors,
Oh my
getting
God.
it right in, and then the huge opening in the rear seat.
Dude, Charlotte was like obsessed with that car.
Was she?
Yeah, she loved it.
Yeah, it does seem it's hard not to be.
Well, I'll let you continue your
Okay,
thing.
yeah, we'll get back to
Yeah.
that. But so I had gotten the Rolls Royce, and then Amos just happened to have an S500 that I'll talk about after the S90 here. So he and I both had luxury cars to drive up. I'm like, it'd be a shame for Brower to have to drive something from like 2006 up to the wedding.
Something brown.
Right. So I got him a Volvo S90,
Which is actually exactly what I asked for. Because like,
I was going to
Charlie
get you a Genesis G90.
Yeah. Well, I was like,
And then
okay,
you were
I was
or
like,
an
I would
S90.
love either a Genesis G90 or a Volvo S90.
Yep.
And you made the S90 happen, which was awesome with the good sound system, everything. However, unfortunately, the car was also spec'd with the R Design pack, which gives you 20-inch wheels and Pirelli. God, I said the name of these tires so many times.
Centurinos or something
Yeah,
like that?
Centuro P7 all season, whatever.
Yeah.
So-
Pirelli Cinturato P7s
Cinturato, yeah. Yeah.
that were 35.
35.
aspect ratio.
Okay, yeah. So anyways, I was in Washington all week driving the new Honda HR-V, and I come back to Michigan to pick up my Volvo, and I get in the car and literally drive like 5 minutes down the road onto the highway, onto an off-ramp, and this particular off-ramp is actually, I think it's closed right now because they're like tearing it up and redoing it. I was one of the last cars to drive on it, and drove over this big long crater in the road that is literally the entire width of the entrance ramp or the exit ramp, so there's no getting around it. And hit so hard, I'm surprised the airbags didn't go off. It literally hit. I've never hit a pothole this hard in my entire life. Like startled me, made me tense up, and got out after, like pulled over, got out, and both front tires had some pretty sizable bulges in them. And I was just very sad because I was like, well, that's it. I mean, I can't drive this car anymore. I called every Volvo dealer in Michigan. I called the closest ones in Ohio, Bell Tire, Discount Tire, Midas. I called around to like 10 different places.
Right, because essentially you were going to take this car on a 700-mile road trip, and you really didn't want to do that with giant bulges.
Yeah, and plus I had...
Sometimes in life, a bulge is a good thing to have.
That's right,
but not
on a Volvo tire.
No.
So I had... And plus I was going to have my girlfriend with me, and I was just like, just like didn't really feel good about it. I was going to send it, and then I went and I shot a video on the car, and the bulges got worse, and I was like, oh, okay, I have only driven like 20 miles, and this bulge has like got like it spread. So just like not good. So I ended up having to leave the Volvo. But the Topher was generous enough to let me drive his 4Runner up, and it actually did a great job. It was very smooth. It tracks arrow straight down the highway. It's comfortable. Suspension wise, the seat's really comfortable. It's got Apple CarPlay. Like, I mean, it was a really great ride. The only downside was fuel economy, but it takes regular fuel.
Right.
So I mean, probably was a little bit more expensive than it would have been taking the Volvo, but the fact that I was able to put regular in it definitely helped. A little bit.
Yeah, it's such a shame that car is going to end up going to someone for like 10 grand because
4Runner. I know.
It's because it's such a good car. If you and I just had any reason to own it,
I know.
It'd be a good car for us to have. It's just, I
have just too many cars.
You do.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit more about that here later on the podcast.
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, I've paid for my new car. I just haven't seen it and haven't seen the title or anything. But
it's remarkable that Volvo that you barely got to spend any time with, it's an S90. I mean, this is a car that's provides you a lot of the comfort and amenities and kind of visual aspects of a full bore luxury car.
Yeah, it's not that expensive.
$65,000.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be like 80.
Yeah, really. Starts at only
nice.
55 plus destination. This stupid R design package, which who's getting R design on an S90?
I don't know, but whoever spec'd this, I would like to tell you that you should spec cars differently. I was going to say something more mean, but no.
Right.
Don't do this because it ruined my chances to
ruin your entire
have a long distance trip in the car.
Right.
But
and they're going to have to pay $500 for 2 new tires.
Oh, more than that. They're like $300 a piece, those tires.
Right.
Yeah.
Interestingly, it's not actually the R design that got you those wheels, though. It was a separate option of the 20-inch 5 double-spoke alloy wheels.
Oh, yeah.
Because the R design would have had 19.
Oh, it would have been 19s. And they probably aren't Pirellis. Probably would have not done it.
The R design does get you some appearance things. It gets you the Harman Kardon premium sound, 4-zone automatic climate control, a few other good things. But then this had the Bowers & Wilkins for $3,200. Very key option.
You have to have that.
And that's not saying that the Harman Kardon is bad. It's just saying that if you have the opportunity to get an S-tier sound system, you should do it.
Is the R design package just not... It doesn't cost you anything? Because it's not...
It's probably baked into the base price.
R design. Okay, I see.
Yep. And
I would just get a regular one with like 18-inch wheels or whatever the smallest wheel choice.
Right. Let's take a quick look.
And then I would get the sound system. And is there like a light colored interior that you can get?
I believe there is. Starts at $53.
I wouldn't want beige, but like anything else or gray.
A lot of Volvos come with a light tan, and that's probably what I would get.
I don't know that I would probably do.
So you can get Momentum, which is premium and comfort. You can get Refine and Exclusive for only $3,000 more. You can get the Inscription. That gets
Scandinavian luxury.
Chrome shift knob.
That's polite.
Or not chrome, sorry, the crystal shift knob. So let's go with that. Because what does that get you? That it's not gonna.
Clean zone.
Let's compare.
Filters out all the mold. Well,
yeah.
You get 19-inch wheels though.
Yeah, that is a good point. The
18-inch wheels on the other car.
I would want the 18s.
Oh, but you lose the sunshades on the rear windows.
Linear walnut decor. What does that look like? Ooh, I like that quite a lot. But the crystal shift knob, that's big.
You could just get like some 18-inch BBSs for it. You
know?
Yeah,
that is true. Yeah, on the seats and stuff. Okay, so
Harman Kardon. Oh yeah, you have to option on the.
Well, let's start with simply a momentum. If this window would close out, come on, there we go. Start with a momentum and see how much you can option it up.
Okay.
S90. Ooh, it looks good in black. Oh, that's.
Oh.
Edit your design. Did I click the wrong thing? Choose your style. Choose your power. There we go. All right, your color. What are you getting, Chris?
Oh, would you like black, gray, or black, or gray, or white?
Or retirement gold. That's almost a white.
No.
It's like
Wait, get me the blue, because the blue is like the only color you can get.
denim
That's
blue.
the car. That's the color that we have.
No, this one is right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
denim blue is
okay,
fine.
blue then.
Okay.
I guess.
Choose your wheels, 18-inch standard, or you can step up to 19-inch for
Yeah,
$800.
just
You're
give
keeping the
18s.
18s.
Yeah.
Still look nice.
I don't really like those, but whatever.
Here is your blonde leather. Is that what you
Oh
like?
wow, that's really something.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd probably go with that.
And
Just because it gives you the.
for $750, you can get
Yeah, you gotta
headlight
have
high-pressure
that.
cleaning, heated rear seats, and heated steering wheel. Let's do that.
I don't know that our car has that actually.
I don't know. For $1,900, you can get the advanced package, giving you the 360 surround camera,
Don't need
interior
it. No.
high-level illumination,
any of
head-up
that.
display, air quality with advanced air cleaner, and power tailgate.
Nope.
It's a bummer because I'd like to have the 360 cam, but I could do without the rest of it.
Without literally anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not a huge car, so I'll be okay. What about,
No.
you don't need to protect the interior and exterior?
Nope.
You don't want the polishing cloth?
Don't care.
Okay. Tech and sound.
That's what I care
And
about.
not get the Bowers and Wilkins with the momentum.
Scrap it. Start over.
Well, let's at least, the Harman Kardon's going to be quite good, so let's see what you could get of a nicely spec S90.
I don't want it if it doesn't have the Bowers and
For only
Wilkins.
$55,000 compared to so many other cars.
Yeah.
Still a great
I
deal.
want to spend $60,000 on a sound system and then get a free Volvo S90.
Good point. Okay. All right. Well, now we're doing the inscription. Doesn't look like you can get any other colors.
Why don't they let you get red anymore?
Yeah, that red does.
They used to let you get like a bright red.
You're paying $700 for that blue, but I guess you're paying $700
I like
for
the
a lot of
white.
cars.
The
The white
white's
looks
nice.
sharp. You can stick with 1910 spokes, or go to the 20s that you just had.
No, I don't want the. No, those are not the ones I had.
Oh yeah, you're right. They are different.
Those are yeah. Those
The
are
20. Our design must have different 20-inch
Yeah.
wheels. Oh, different color. Is this a green? What is this?
Oh, give me the brown.
Slate ventilated Napa leather. What is-
No, don't care. I want this
That's
one.
gray. That's gray. You're right. Okay. You want amber ventilated
Oh,
Napa leather
that
is the brown
That's the one.
with pitched oak decor, a crystal shift knob.
Oak.
Would you like the lounge package, which gives you rear arm lux? No idea what that means. Front seats, backrest massage,
No, I don't care about-
ventilated
I
rears.
don't care about my rear passengers.
But you don't want your front seats to be massaged.
I don't know. Is it a good massage in the Volvo?
I think it's mid tier. I wonder what the
Yeah.
rear arm lux is.
I don't really think I care
Okay.
for 1300.
You got the climate. Do you want? You
I
don't.
probably-
You didn't want the advanced pack.
No.
Your optional equipment. Here's your Bowers
There
and
it is.
Wilkins.
Thank you.
What else can we get? Mud flaps, driver support. Would you like your four-corner adaptive air suspension? Okay. All right, Chris, you are purchasing your S90 for a grand total of $61,000.
No, that's exactly how I'd have it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not white. I would probably go for the blue with the tan.
Okay. If you went black, you could get it for 60 flat, but
Black
Just
would be
under
okay.
60.
I just prefer that blue is really nice.
yeah, it's quite a nice ride there. Doesn't Volvo do something like a 2-year unlimited warranty
For CPO,
CPO?
probably. That's what Porsche does.
certified by Volvo? Let's see what we got. 5-year unlimited mile warranty.
From new, yeah. So like if you buy a 2-year-old car, then you get 3 more years.
Well, that is not.
Oh, it's upgradable to 10 years. Why don't we all just buy Volvos?
I know.
I was just telling Charlie
market.
earlier before we were recording. I was like, if something happened, I don't know what the scenario would be, but if I like had to go out and buy either a new car or a CPO'd car, I think it would be a Volvo, like either an S90 or a S60 or a V60 or a V90.
This language makes it sound like it's a 5 years on top of the original, or from when you buy it at least, because it says,
Okay.
then we certify the vehicle and issue a 5-year unlimited mile warranty upgradable up to 10 years.
Okay, maybe.
That sounds like when you purchase it, you're getting 5 years from that day.
Yeah, we should all just buy Volvos.
We really should.
If we ever like lose our jobs or something,
then we should buy a Volvo.
Just buy Volvos.
Right. Yeah.
I'll buy an XC90 and I'll just live out of it.
What do we have here? Let's see.
Can you get a Bowers and Wilkins in the XC90? Probably can.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely in the XC90. You wouldn't need an X. Oh, but you'd be living out of it. So that's why you need a.
Or I could get a V90 and do.
Here you go. Here's an XC90 Recharge.
It's not on the screen.
Oh, that's right. Well, you're gonna have to look over here then. Actually, I guess I could do this for you. Stop casting.
Very polite. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Oh, cheers. 68,000.
But that's for the T8.
Oh, it's brand new.
It's a 2019. So you'd have a plug-in hybrid, so very efficient, and it's an Inscription. And I wonder if that's the extended range. I've never seen Inscription Expression, but you'd want a V.
Right? Okay, sorry, factory warranty.
Let's go distance national. Thank you, Volvo, for allowing us to do that.
This is a very pretty website.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job with this. Let's get you a wagon. V90, 78
Dude, I'm
CPO.
Those are all cross countries, but oh well.
Can we get rid of? Well, what color would you like?
Red.
There are no reds. Blue?
Those bastards.
Oof.
Have you ever seen a red S90 R Design wagon? It looks like a spaceship.
I don't know.
It's unbelievable.
These are all cross countries. There are 11 blue. And everyone I'm seeing is across. Oh, here we go.
That is. Oh, yeah.
Here's your car. $60,000 for a blue Volvo V90 all-wheel drive R Design.
Cool. So I just drive around with bulged tires, but it'd be worth it.
Yeah. Wonder if they're the 19s or the 20s. So your factory warranties go until 2024, and then you get 5 years from when you buy it.
No,
upgradable up to 10 years.
Think...
Right here, 5-year unlimited mile warranty.
Yeah, but. It's already CPO'd, so it's telling you when your CPO'd runs out.
I don't think so.
It's confusing.
It is. Yeah, it does have the 20-inch R Design wheels, so you have to be careful with that. But you could buy your S90 new for the same price, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, but the V90's way cooler.
V90 is way cooler. Well, then it stands to reason for us to spec out a V90. Ooh, here's another non-cross country. This is a beautiful blue for only $50,000.
And it's got the cognac.
Oh, and it's Inscription.
It's purple, kind of.
This is such a
beautiful car.
This is such a nice car. Holy cow, those wheels. There's your seats. How they'll look after 20,000 miles.
Is it a wood steering wheel? It's very shiny.
It does look shiny.
It's just greasy.
No, it's got to be wood. There's no way it could be leather. It could be that. And
it doesn't have Bowers and Wilkins though.
Oh,
unless
touché.
It does, and they just didn't put the big speaker on the dash in 2019.
I don't know. That's a little sus.
Let's see.
It's an Inscription. I'm surprised someone wouldn't pay to get the Bowers and Wilkins. I don't see it listed down here in optional.
So it's just got Harman Kardon.
Still 20-inch wheels, so you might have to give up one of those something in there. But
dude, there was a red one on Auto Trader that was like perfect.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can't afford a Volvo V90, but if I sold all my cars, maybe.
Welcome to Daily Motor, where we build Volvos on the podcast and have everyone tune off.
Well, it's fine because it's only like 3 people listening at this point. V90 search.
So can you still buy the V90 here?
I don't think you can. Any distance, and we're going to
shop
filter.
V90. Oh, it's 2021. Yep.
So sad.
Still lets you build your own, though, which is nice. Cool.
Just very
maybe
sad.
It doesn't actually. It's actually kicked me into the Recharge.
Exterior color red. How many are there? Oh, there's 0 currently for sale. So someone must have bought the one I was looking at. Yeah, I mean it's just click on this one right here.
That is a bright red. That is a very Volvo red. I was picturing more of these.
This one. That's what it actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Isn't that just so cool?
Imagine just blowing by someone on the highway in a bright red Volvo wagon like that long, and they're just gonna be like, "Wow, that person is cooler than me." I will tell you what. Yeah, you're right. Alyssa should just get a V90. Alyssa, if you're listening,
red V90.
We're gonna get you a red V90, even though there's none for sale.
No, there aren't any
now.
For sale, unfortunately.
So someday, when the time is right, we will get you a red V90. I seem to be receiving a telephone call from Mr. Amos.
Oh.
Hello, Chris. You are on the Daily Motor Podcast.
Oh, hey. All right. Well, I should give you guys a call back later because I just have a scheduling question.
Okay, sounds good. I'll call you back afterward.
Okay, see you guys.
Bye. We should have gotten his input on the Rolls-Royce baby action, but
Oh yeah.
yeah. So Volvo S90, good car, even though we only drove it for essentially
I'm gonna keep
15
driving
miles. You're
I
gonna
put like
send
100.
it?
I put like 100
Yeah.
miles on it. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I drove it. I drove it quite a bit after I had the incident with the tires,
Fair enough.
and I drove it today and yesterday, last night.
Okay.
So
Oh, you came by last night to swap cars.
yeah, well, I stuck the 4Runner in
Sure, I
in
thought you
here
did that
last
today,
night.
but okay, that makes sense. Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep.
Well, I didn't know if you were gonna come last night and get your
Fair
stuff out
enough.
the 4Runner, so I stuck
Fair
it here.
So we also had the S500 this week, which is what I drove up north, and that car, quite good.
Oh.
I do think I've decided, though, that I prefer the previous generation S-Class to this one.
Okay. Just
And
because it's simpler.
It's simpler. I like the interior design and layout, and actually I like the exterior design layout better as well.
Okay.
And I mean, there's nothing about it, the driving aspects really that change in an S-Class. They're always luxurious. They're always smooth, comfy, boaty. That's not a big surprise. The powertrain's in the new one, obviously a little bit better. But, and I know pretty much every S-Class generation, they're like, oh, they didn't build them like they used to. but there's some plasticky elements of this new S-Class that are like, and that did not happen with the old one.
If you want to see a real S-Class, just step out in the garage.
Sure, yeah, that one really is
That's
like closing a bank.
that's a real
vault door.
S-Class.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yep. And I get that they have to make cost cutting and
I
weight
know.
savings and everything, but I just the previous Gen S-Class is where I would go for
Okay.
this one.
And you could get a plug-in hybrid with that last one, couldn't you?
Yep, you can get a plug-in hybrid, and if I'm not mistaken, that one still had a rotary knob for the infotainment control, whereas this
Yeah,
one does
with
not.
the
You have to
little
reach
thingy.
way up. Yep.
Yeah.
And that one, I do not like the finger slidey volume controls in these new Mercedes. You can't fine tune your volume adjustments from the wheel. It's quiet, slide, and then way too loud.
You know what the S90 has?
A volume knob?
It does.
Yeah, and volume buttons on the steering wheel.
Yes.
Yeah. Mercedes is missing both of those. And in order to change your track, you have to be on the right screen. There's not even on the steering wheel are there track selection buttons. So it's like they're trying to go too far with the tech stuff. And it's getting irksome.
Okay.
However, when you do make everything work properly,
Yeah.
sound system was fantastic, even though it was not the 4D Burmester, it was only the 3D.
Oh.
Still S tier.
So it
very,
wasn't
very good.
it wasn't the one we had in the S580.
No, it did
different.
not vibrate your seats.
Oh.
I know.
Okay.
Well, I bought
So
it.
otherwise pretty much the same though. Did
Quite
the
good.
tweeters like twist
Nope.
and like oh, all right.
No, not
Less
nearly as
gimmicks.
impressive. Yeah, you have to step up to the big boy for that. However, this one has the inline 6 motor, and that is 100% the engine I would get. Because if you remember, the V8 that we had in the S580 was pretty much as fast as the McLaren.
Oh, it was. That's one of my favorite moments is I was driving behind you in the McLaren GT and we stopped and did an acceleration and I was only barely gaining on you.
on the
It was
S-Class.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that car is way too fast for its own good.
Fast.
The thing is the inline 6 is still remarkably fast, but also gets 30 miles to the gallon easily
Yeah.
on the highway and is very quiet, smooth, remarkable. Inline 6 is good call, along with the mild hybrid system and the turbos and everything. It's just an excellent powertrain and 9-speed transmission.
Yeah. How is your comfort level over 500 or 270
Perfect.
miles or whatever? Good.
Great. I did have a weird quirk in the car, however. One time I was driving it and the lumbar wasn't working.
Oh.
Yeah, so to adjust the lumbar, again, in the Mercedes, annoying, you have to go way into the screens
infotainment,
in
yeah.
the infotainment
Yeah.
and get your lumbar control. And I would pull it out, and it would go right back in. The
Oh,
lumbar-
so it was moving, but just
no,
not...
sorry, I should be clear. On the
Okay.
screen, it was coming in.
Oh, I see.
The seat itself
Okay.
was not making any adjustment. Yeah, and that happened. But then when Alyssa and I drove up north, the lumbar was working.
That's the problem with these cars that have so much in the infotainment is you have to like pull over and restart the car for some things to work, which is I just want to adjust my seat. I just want to turn my heated seat on. Like,
Yeah. Car and Driver, I was skimming through their recent long-term update on their Ram TRX. And apparently the infotainment has gotten so buggy that you'll be driving just like on a road trip or whatever, and the screen will just restart periodically, and it'll take 30 to 60 seconds to restart. So that's the whole time they can't do anything with the radio, navigation. If you had your Waze going, you're screwed.
they have a long-term car? Hasn't been stolen yet?
No, surprisingly not.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think TRXs are less desirable to steal because
they get stolen all the time.
Really?
Yo, yeah.
I guess they just drive whatever fuel is in the gas tank and then they're done after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They don't have to go far. They've just got to go to Detroit.
Right.
That's not far from here.
But the ones I like is the ones they don't even strip. They just joyride until they run into a tree.
Crash into a pole.
Yeah, crash and then just leave it.
That happened to my poor friend that had a beautiful Challenger 392, like pre-Scat Pack. Like it was just the SRT. It was like a 2015 or something.
Was it purple?
No, it was granite with silver stripes. It was actually a really nice car. And it had like the dark gray wheels, like the suede interior.
Okay.
And he owned it for like 3 or 4 years, and unfortunately, it was obviously as as the fate of all 6.4 liter FCA vehicles.
Yes.
It was stolen. I think they would on Challengers. I think they go in through the sunroof. I think is how you do it on those. So they busted his sunroof, got into it, whatever. They just drove it to Detroit, crashed it, and left it on the street. I felt so bad. He woke up in the morning, and it honestly breaks my heart because he loved this car so much. He would open up his Uconnect app every morning and check on his car, make sure it was still there. And of course, this morning it wasn't. It was he's like, "Oh, my car's in Detroit." And they found it. It was wrapped around a pole. The whole door was like off and crushed. It looked like they spun out, and whoever was in the passenger seat opened the door while the car was still moving, and the door like hit a pole or something, and it like bent the door backwards into the fender. Yeah, really, really sad sight.
Yeah, that is rough. What did he get to replace it?
A couple of things, but currently he is in a TLX Type S.
Nice, classy upgrade.
Nice upgrade. Yeah. So it's really cool spec. It's blue with red.
Proper way to go.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool car. So in some ways, it worked out because now he has a better car.
Right, that won't get stolen.
They won't get stolen. Yeah.
It'd be funny for an April Fool's prank to publish like a fake PR release from Stellantis saying that their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty will include theft protection. Like when your car gets stolen.
When? Yeah, not if. When? Why haven't they fixed it? I cannot fathom it to me. Like, I feel like it's like a little sus, right? Like the thieves are in with Stellantis and they're just stealing them and then going down, crashing them. Then they have to buy a new Stellantis product to replace it. My words, not yours. Yeah, could be. A little sus. I don't know.
A little sus. Also a little sus that we haven't received a Stellantis product loan in a while. Almost as if they listen to the podcast. Yeah. Stellantis, if you're listening and would like to give us a car, we will park it in our locked garage.
If it makes you feel any better, when we had the Durango Hellcat, I
did not have it stolen.
Well, for one, we didn't get it stolen. I blocked it in with my dad's Ford F-150.
Right, and because the F-150 is so hard to get into gear to move,
no one would ever bother.
Wouldn't have been able to get.
No one wants to touch that shifter. My poor father has to operate that shifter every day. I don't know how he does it.
I read an article this morning about the first customer who took delivery of an F-150 Lightning. All I can think of is that poor soul has to shift that Ford F-150 shifter every time he wants to drive his car. Remarkably smooth powertrain, so butter smooth to drive, but then you have to hear...
Or if you fold it down.
Ruins the entire car.
Can you get a Lightning with a proper column shifter?
Unlikely.
You don't think maybe like the base model truck comes with it?
Well, I don't even think normal pedestrians like us or plebs can buy a base model.
Oh,
Lightning.
You probably have to be like a fleet.
Business.
Yeah.
I wonder if Daily Motor can buy an F-150 Lightning. But we're not really fleet. We're just and business. 50 Light.
I'm excited for the Buttman Lightning to come in so we can...
Yeah, shouldn't that be soon? Varsity Ford already has one out front. So
okay, well it's probably their mannequin. I haven't seen anything about the Buttman.
Oh, mannequin is in it doesn't drive properly. Like
what?
Do they just
no the every Ford dealer gets a mannequin for people to test drive.
They call it a mannequin.
Mannequin. Yeah, it's because Ford doesn't stock anything anymore. So if you want to buy a Lightning, what are you supposed to do? There's none on the lot. Ford gives the dealership a Lightning. For like 8 months, like you can't sell it for 8 months. You get in trouble if you sell it. It has to just stay for people to drive, which is good for us because it means that like we can take it for weekends and put miles on it and whatever.
That is a good point. This is something really interesting to me because I did after we drove that Lightning, I went and spec'd one out because I was like, I really like this truck. This pricing is perplexing. So you start here. You got let's ignore the Pro for a minute. Let's just do XLT and Lariat.
Okay.
the Lariat is $15,000 more expensive than the XLT. So you're like, okay, there's a pretty good like reason just to get the XLT. It's quite a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
But then you tell yourself, well, there's no point in getting a standard range because that's too short. So I'm gonna have to get extended range. Now, if you turn both of them if you turn the XLT to standard extended range, it's a $20,000 jump. However, if you change Lariat to extended range, it's only a $10,000 jump.
Oh.
Yeah, so at that point, the
So you might
Lariat's
as well
only
just spend
$5,000. Yes, Ford is tricking you into spending $80,000 on this truck. I almost guarantee you there will be no affordable Lightnings for years to come.
So 80,000, but then if you spend 10,000 more, you can just get a platinum.
Yeah. So you're almost like, I might as well just get a platinum. However, if you look at
like, oh, it's a $50,000. Nope, you're spending 90 on a platinum no matter what. Yeah.
I will say though, if you look through the differences between the Platinum and the Lariat, there's really not that much more you're getting on the Platinum. Okay. It's mostly just like ego stroking type aspects, like larger wheels, and you got your VIN like embossed in there and stuff. So really, the truck to get is the $77,000 Lariat with the extended range. But let's see if we can
build a Pro.
Let's see if we can get a Pro.
So these are all standard range, obviously.
You're only getting standard range. It looks quite cool with the kind of base stripper spec.
Very cool, actually, looking.
Yep.
I just want to see the shifter interior situation.
You'd really want to have a toe. Oh yes,
don't
that's
spec
what we're
anything on it yet. I just want to see the interior. Did they not show it to you? Oh, you probably have to go to keep scrolling to interior.
Just keep. Oh, here it is. There's your awful shifter.
Okay, great.
Yep. So even at $40,000, you're getting the shifter that will break.
Construction men with their big hands and gloves are going to have to operate that thing.
But it's a very important feature for them because then it can fold down and they can open their
and work on their
tray.
laptop, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Although, you know what I just remembered, if it were simply a column shifter, you would still be able to fold down.
You'd still have it.
But then you'd have a very nice, convenient place to put useful things in the center console then, like a phone or gloves or straps.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, you have a giant shifter that'll break.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my buddies works for a company that drives these cars and puts miles on them. And those shifters are always just like so crunchy. Like, but by the time these trucks get 70, 80,000 miles on them and that shifter's been moved so many times, sometimes they just stop working completely. But other times, like, you think they make a bad noise now with 5,000 miles on them, wait till you hear them with 70, 80, 100,000 miles. Yeah.
So I can't remember, can normal people like us? Well, no one can order them now.
Are we normal people?
We're normal people.
Okay.
Available for
mid 4 seconds to 60. I believe that,
dude. That frunk is so nice. Yeah, the F-150 Lightning. It's a really cool truck. It's just a shame. It's just like the Maverick right now.
Why did domestic companies make such good products with like one thing that's just so irritating, or they make a really good product that you can't purchase?
I do admit that I there's got to be an aspect of the chip shortage that's affecting supply right now. I understand that. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's because we've never had this issue before.
What?
An issue where people want to buy a car and can't get it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like pre-pandemic or anything like that. But it is a shame because the Maverick, for example, there are plenty of people who a Maverick would work really well for. In fact, I have 2 people right now who are like, I will buy a Maverick if I can find one. And we just simply can't find one.
One of my dad's good friends ordered a Maverick like 9 months ago and it hasn't even been built yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really rough.
And it's not even a hybrid. It's just, it's like your truck. It's almost identical to your spec.
Admittedly, in a few months, it will be a tough decision whether we keep or sell our Maverick because I still quite like the truck. I like it a lot. And I could, as much as it would pain me, I could sell my Town and Country, keep the Maverick. I know. Or maybe I could just leave the Town and Country parked here or something. We'll see. But I could have the Maverick in place of Peggy.
Are you losing your driveway spot for Peggy? Or?
No.
Oh. Why are you?
Because Alyssa would get something else.
Oh, Alyssa's, that's right. So the Maverick would go away.
Yep. And it would sit a lot. But if I could still get like even $7,000 more than we paid for it by selling it, I'll probably just have to do that.
Yeah, I would.
Because I could do that, and then if I really wanted to just take that money set aside and buy a hybrid Maverick in 2 years when supply.
When you can order them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or you could just buy a Volvo.
You're right. I could just buy a V90, and that's a better choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could probably take the money you get from the Maverick and just go pay cash for a V90. Literally.
That if that were possible, that would be remarkable.
Yeah.
But
you don't really need to because
Alyssa will need a V90 at some point soon.
Oh, for Alyssa, you mean?
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, realistically, a V60 makes more sense to her, but a V90 is sexier. That is true. Yeah.
Imagine saying my wife drives a Volvo V90.
That is a good point. Gosh, I'm tingling just hearing that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm getting a little excited.
Mm-hmm. We might need to go take our Cullinan straight from here to a Volvo dealer, ask for a trade-in appraisal. Instead, we're going to a Kia dealer with it.
Yes.
Yeah, coming for you,
Hello, Matthew.
Yeah. So 3 good cars this week. All excellent vehicles.
All good car status.
Yes. This coming week, starting tomorrow, we are trading our Volvo S90 for a Volvo C40.
Yes.
Should be an excellent car as well.
Is it EV?
100% EV.
Okay, cool.
It's essentially an XC40 recharge with less trunk.
Yeah, but blue carpet.
Ah, yes. Blue carpet. Very
probably.
important. Yeah.
The one at Mama had blue carpet, so I'm just going to assume it's the same car.
Probably. This one will be undoubtedly remarkably fast.
Yes.
Quick, I should say.
Yeah.
Yep, so make sure to be ready for that.
I need to ask you something after we stop recording.
Okay. Not comfortable with
or I can ask you now. I filmed the C40 at Mama.
Yes. But that was a winding road first drive.
Ah, okay. I'll make sure to put that up before we...
Yes, we're very particular.
We're just, yeah, okay.
Fun fact, the Mama people were already asking for clips. Like they were like, final call for clips. I don't know if you saw that email.
Not even close.
Yeah. Got a long ways to go.
Not even close. It'll be probably 2 months from now until all my clips are done.
Which is fine. Yeah. I can deal with it. So we'll have the C40. I'm sure it'll be a decent car. I wonder if it has Powers and Wilkins. I don't think those
No, it'll just have Harman Kardon, which is still a good system.
Hopefully it even has a Harman Kardon.
I think the XC40 had a Harman Kardon.
I think it did too.
Yeah.
So we'll have that, and it will probably be good. I think I'm going to take that on a mini road trip because Alyssa's maid of honor / niece is graduating. It has graduated, and they're having a party for her this weekend. So I think we'll take that.
Nice.
Yeah, probably do some Electrify America charging.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be nice because the other car we have is slightly less fuel efficient.
It's a 2000 Mercury Cougar. No, I'm kidding.
It is a 2022 Ford Expedition Limited, a vehicle that you and I have actually both driven for first drives at Mama.
I drove like some black appearance pack one. Was that a limited? Don't think it was.
You drove it on road, right?
Yep.
Pretty sure that was the limited. It's the one you said was crazy fast, right?
Yes,
that's
very fast.
That's because the limited is faster than the rest of them. Limited gets extra power.
All right.
Ford is the king of getting you a little bit more if you get the top trim, but only if you put premium in there. Many Ford EcoBoosts have like 2 different
special. Can you pull up a Monroney for the Expedition? Because I thought the one I drove at Mama was the God, what do they call that package? Black wheels, black grille, black trim, red brake calipers. It was like the performance pack one.
Black pack?
Yeah.
I can't pull up the one we're getting, but I can pull up the one we drove to show you that it was limited.
The one we drove.
The one at Mama, yeah. So they had a Timberline and a Limited, and the Limited was street drives.
Oh, all right then.
Yeah. Look at the Monroney. Ford.
We can just go to see what package it had on it.
It did. "22-inch black painted aluminum wheels."
Yeah, no, there should be a package. What's the equipment group?
Oh, Stealth Edition.
There you
package.
go. Thank you.
Okay, so you're not crazy.
No.
Stealth Edition.
Okay.
Yeah, $83,000 for a Ford Expedition.
That's Navigator money.
It is.
Literally, you can just barely get a Navigator for that.
Yep. But instead, you're getting an Expedition. I will say it's quite nice inside, but we've only driven it briefly, and it was fast, and actually had a really good B&O Unleashed audio system. The review just went up this weekend, and we will be driving more of it.
That's right.
Need to do any towing? You could drive out and get your new vehicle.
I could, but I like your idea better.
Yeah, let's make a fun weekend out of it. Because Chris just recently purchased, drum roll.
Should we tell or should we just hint at it and say what we're driving down to get it?
Yeah, well, Chris and I came up with the idea, and I should reach out to BMW. Let's make sure I've done that by the end of this week.
Okay.
To drive a BMW Z4 out to pick up your Z3M that you've purchased. Is it 98 or 99?
99.
1999 BMW Z4M.
Z3. Well, technically, it's just called an M Roadster. It's just.
They didn't call it the Z3.
No, it's just a BMW M Roadster. It's all.
The BMW.
BMW M Roadster.
Yeah,
Roadster.
Yep. It's a
Estral blue.
Estral blue.
Yeah, black, just normal black interior. It needs a couple things, but it's probably probably the cheapest M Roadster. I don't want to say what I paid for it, but it's probably the cheapest M Roadster currently.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I haven't seen any as cheap as I got it. So
Right.
shout out to Sean at Kauth and Mayer in Peoria, Illinois for hooking it up. He also is the one that hooked me up with the 364,000 mile E46. He just doesn't like BMWs. So whenever he has a client that's looking to sell their BMW, he hits me up first. So thanks again, Sean, for this. So we'll see how it is. I haven't seen the car in person. I've only seen photos, but I trust my buddy's word that it's a good car. So we'll see. I mean, it needs a couple things. It needs a fresh set of tires. It's got some clear coat peeling issues. It needs new BMW badges, which is whatever. But the cool thing about this car is it's got a Dynon intake, Dynon exhaust.
I hope it sounds good.
So it should be pretty cool. It's got little Dynon logos on the seats, which are sweet. I've never seen that before. So it should be pretty cool. I've never driven I don't think I've ever even driven a Z3.
Neither have I.
Yeah. Watch it be like the best car ever and we'll just keep it.
Yeah, it could be really cool. Watch like Alyssa love it, just like buy it from you or something.
Sure.
But the downside to those M Roadsters is it was either 2000 or 2001. They bumped up the horsepower by like 80.
It's a totally different engine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the one that I'm getting has a S52, and in 2001 they put the S54 in it. So my car's got 240 horsepower, and the 01 has 320, 310 or 320. It's over 300 horsepower.
Significant bump.
Yes. However, less reliable.
Really?
Yes. Allegedly, according to Tedward, and he's a BMW expert. He's like, "Oh, I'm glad you're getting an S52. It would be better."
Okay, so for owning high miles, this one would be better, but
yeah, it's not that high miles. It's got 104K on it.
Sure, yeah, that's really not too high for what it is.
For a 99.
Right. But it would, you got to admit, it would be tempting at some point to motor swap it.
For an S54? Or just anything?
S54, but yeah.
A V8 from an M3.
Well, an S54 presumably you could pretty much just drop it in.
Yeah. I don't know.
Keone could probably do that in an afternoon in 6 beers.
Yeah, probably. I want this to be a car that we can drive, enjoy for the summer, for the our last couple months of summer.
Yeah.
And then just kind of move it on, because I can't really afford to hang on to it for very long. I mean, I guess I could, but
if you sold the ML, that would help.
Yeah, it would help. I don't like the amount of cars that I have right now, but people keep selling me cars.
We'll do some liquidating this year.
Yeah.
We're gonna fix up your Mercedes. We're gonna get those out of here.
E46 is, I guess that's okay to keep around.
Yeah, as long as you have the free parking.
The E46.
Yeah, as long as you have the free parking, the E46 is worth keeping around. We should do something about the subframe that doesn't seem to want to stay with the rest of the car.
Yeah, we should.
But other than that, it's a good car to have around.
I kind of want to use it. I kind of want to do some sort of SCCA something with it.
SCCA what? Parking and watching?
No, Amos and I want to rally cross it.
Hey.
You think that's gonna break it?
Yes, I do.
Don't want to break it.
You rally cross your IS.
No, I've autocrossed it before. It's so much fun.
What would keep you back from selling your IS 300?
I'll never find another one for $8,000, which is what I paid for that.
Or we could say a lot of things that you'll never find again.
I don't. That car is just a staple in the collection. I'll always want that car.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Even though I don't know, with all the maintenance and shit I've done, I would probably break even on it, because it's probably worth 13 grand
current market.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking you have the Cobalt SS, which obviously
it's my first car,
it's your first car.
I don't want to sell it. I like the idea of always just having my first car.
You're never going to sell your Cayman S because it's just cool and fast and desirable enough to always be a good
That's another car that I'm I'll always want that car, because
right.
I love driving it.
But the problem with the IS is it's cool from a daily driver and point in our life now perspective, but as soon as you start making a decent bit more money, I feel it's just going to be such an irrelevant car in your fleet.
Maybe. Who says I'm ever going to make more money?
Me.
Yes. Okay,
yeah.
I like that.
And all the people who listen to this podcast. So when we're on episode 400, they're going to be oh, remember when Chris was broke and owned an IS 300? Didn't want to get rid of it, and now he has an LC 500 and his life is better?
Now, if it came down to if I had to choose between that or an LC, I would obviously.
I mean,
do
how
an LC.
fitting would that be? Would it be for that car to be your like trade-in down payment on an LC?
On an LC, that would be cool. I mean, I would sell it on Bring a Trailer if I was ever going to sell it.
Well, for the down payment, then
Right,
sell it.
yeah.
In your Bring a Trailer ad, it's like whatever he gets for this car will be going toward a new LC.
Yeah, someone just gives me like $100,000.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. Also, even if the used car market like goes back to normal, I don't think it's going to affect collector cars.
Not drastically.
It will a little bit. I don't think it's
Right.
going to like tank the value of collector cars.
No, I think a decent condition manual IS300 will be desirable.
It'll
for a long
always
time.
be at like 10
It's a
grand,
great daily.
You know?
Yeah,
That car, oh my God, it got me through 4 years of college, and it just was just the best. There were maintenance items. Obviously, I did timing belt, and like water pump and countless oil changes and whatever, like all just the normal maintenance stuff that you have to do to keep those cars going. The only really irritating thing is it like eats through brake calipers. Like the brake calipers seize.
Weird.
Yeah, I'm on like my 4th set of brake calipers.
I wonder if you should lube them once a year or something.
Maybe.
Yeah,
But-
that might go a long way.
Yeah, it's a common issue. It's like
Okay.
very well known. But I mean, otherwise, it's just been a really great car.
It's kind of like me with my Infiniti M35X, is that car was a great car while I owned it. I loved it. I didn't necessarily want to get rid of it, but I had the Boxster.
Yeah.
And it just,
But
at
the
that
Infiniti
point in my
M35
life,
is not a collector car.
you're right, it isn't. But it's still, just in terms of what the IS provides in your life. I don't think it's collector car enough that, like, if you, like, where would you have it right now if you didn't have the garage? You know what I mean?
At my house.
Would you be willing to, like, pay for, like
Yeah.
$150 a month to store it somewhere? Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's an important car to me. It's
Okay.
like, I mean, if it was an automatic, I would have sold it by now. But just the fact that it's a manual, I mean, only 5% of those cars were made manual.
Okay.
It's white. It's a white factory manual car, which is like very, very uncommon.
Okay.
And it's pretty clean. It's got a couple little rough spots just from me driving it in winter, which I regret, but is what it is now.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Well, we can get you down to like
four
four
cars.
cars.
4 is better than 7.
Seven.
7, as Kanye West says.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and maybe you'll keep the Z for a while because it'll be nice for you to have a sporty car.
I think
that
you should
can
buy the
drive.
Z. You should buy the Z from me.
We'll see. We'll
Okay.
see. We'll see how it is. You mean the
The Roadster.
right? But you always talk about how you want to drive the Cayman more, but also you're afraid to drive it because the smallest.
That's
chip
why
or
the
nick.
Roadster is going to be good.
Yeah,
'cause
so
it's
you
already
might really
imperfect.
appreciate having it around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
Mhm.
Tune in a month and a half or so by the time we actually get it.
The
The
Roadster.
Roadster. Yep.
I'm always like so hesitant to publicize that I'm buying, which is fine on here because it's, at this point, there's probably not too many people watching, but I'm always scared to like publicize when I'm buying
If you're
cars.
watching right now on the Daily Motor Podcast, comment and say Chris is buying a Roadster.
Yeah, no,
so that
it's
everyone
just
knows.
like, I know I already paid for it and stuff, but I'm always in the back of my mind, like, what if something goes wrong? What if the seller backs out last minute? Like, like that's all possible to happen. Like, what if a tree falls on the car while it's sitting outside, or the seller is like, I'm actually going to keep it, so.
It's like a woman like not knowing when to announce her pregnancy. She's like, I don't know, it could fail at this point.
Could fail.
Yeah, it might not go through.
No, that's exactly.
Transaction might not
That's
complete.
exactly how I am. So
Okay,
I haven't like told many people, but
fair enough.
the Daily Motor members and fans,
Mm-hmm.
they all know now.
I believe you have a few Copart cars for us.
Yeah. Okay. So there's one I'm really excited to show you, and I think that maybe you'll just click buy it now.
No, I can't afford to do
Oh,
this.
they got rid of the buy it now.
Ooh,
What a
Is it 'cause
shame.
it got more expensive.
No, it didn't.
Should've
What
bought
a
it now
shame.
when you could have.
It's switched now to on approval.
Mm.
Okay, I'll give you the lot number
Okay.
once you sign in. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
479-230-32.
Whoops, the keyboard is having trouble getting the computer. 479
230-32.
0. Oh boy! Wow, what was the buy it now?
3,500. Yeah, runs and drives.
Shoot, you're right. That would have been tempting as heck. This is a 2008 Audi A8L W12.
Yeah, and it's only like look at the damage. It's got like a busted taillight.
Wow, that's it. That totaled this car. Well, to be fair, there could be plenty of other things wrong with it that we're not.
Yeah, I
aware
can't
of.
see if there's any damage on the quarter panel.
It's
or
not
anything.
black inside, which is nice. It's the lighter tan.
No, I think it's. Oh yeah, it's tan.
Chris, I got very close to buying one of these before I bought my Infiniti.
Did you?
Mhm.
I'm glad
I was like, if one had come up for under 10 grand, decent running
a
condition.
W12.
No. I would have got the V8. And the thing that actually made it harder for me to pull a trigger was that I wanted the non-long wheelbase, one of the short wheelbase.
Oh, I've never seen a short wheelbase.
Yeah, they're uncommon. Because I was going to daily it.
What's wrong with the long wheelbase? What's
Well, when
wrong with the long car?
When you're dailying it, that 6 fewer inches just helps with its maneuverability around the city.
Well, you could just scrape it along parking lot.
This is a very similar blue to that Volvo you're going to buy.
It is.
Yeah, wow. This
It's a cool car, isn't it?
I don't see any check engine light. I do see a TPMS light.
Yeah, and also the cluster looks like it isn't working properly because like the whole upper part is just
that
not
is a
lit
good
up.
point. Yes. A lot of miles, 184,000 miles.
Could you imagine putting 184,000 miles on a W12 A8? What kind of fuel economy does this get? Can we see what fuel economy rates this at .gov?
It gets zero fuel economies.
So 08.
Okay. 2008. Oops. I still want an A6 from this generation. It's like one of the most beautiful cars ever made.
The A6?
Yeah,
Oh.
the Audi A6.
Ford
from
and I used to
2008.
have one. We bought it from Copart.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
Was it a disaster?
Yeah, we sold it, crashed still. We just we broke even on it.
Yeah.
But we had the intention to fix it, and
19 on the highway, 15 combined, 13
that's
city.
actually not as bad as I was expecting.
Oh, it does take premium gasoline though.
Oh, shame.
Yes.
Probably a big ass fuel tank.
Probably. Yes, 12 cylinders. I don't think I've ever driven a W12. Does Bentley make any? Does Bentley
Yeah.
still put the W12 in the
Bentley's-
Bentayga?
Yeah.
Then I've driven that, but only briefly.
Okay.
Yep. They estimate the retail value at 14. That's a tad optimistic.
That is
Maybe
very
not
optimistic.
like perfectly cleaned up, but
On bring a trailer with half the miles.
yeah.
You know what I was really hoping? Speaking of Bentegas, you know what I was really hoping would happen yesterday is that I would pull up next to a Bentayga,
yeah.
the Cullinan. And you know what the most depressing part of that was? I swapped back with you, and I was in the 4Runner, and I passed a Bentayga in Harbor Springs. And I was in the 4Runner, and I was like, oh man,
missed
I
opportunity.
could have called this person poor in their Bentayga. Yeah. Okay, so I've got another one for you, which is just like a funny one.
Wait a minute. Would your friend who's selling his X5 consider getting this Audi A8?
No, this looks like it's been like full of body filler. Look at this. Doesn't it look a little bacony?
I don't know. It could just be the lighting.
It's a little sketchy.
I can't imagine the cameras that the Copart people are
Oh
using.
yeah, look at that. Look at this body line.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing's been hit.
This has had some better days.
Yeah, that whole quarter panel is like full of Bondo.
Wow. Rough.
Damn.
I wonder if it's ever been owned in Dearborn.
No, I couldn't imagine so. All right, I've got another one for you, which has definitely never been owned in Dearborn.
Okay. So it's probably an Infiniti.
You're very close. 456 18202. It's actually a Nissan GTR.
A Nissan Altima, a NIS Altima 3.5.
With a GTR body kit.
Wow. That looks horrendous. Gosh, it's
Look,
got an
look at
ugly hood
look at the
scoop.
hood fitment.
It's so bad. Why would someone think that driving this around would be a good idea? They left the Altima badges on. I mean, it's not like
they should have gone with GTR badges, I
right.
think.
It's not like they were trying to clone a GTR. It just is it's a crappy body kit in the front. But my goodness,
Primary
these Altimas,
damage mechanical.
These Altimas were remarkably fast with the 3.5 liter.
Oh, really? I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were very, very. Oh, you can buy it now for $1,500.
Oh, yeah. You'd be shocked to know it already has a rebuilt title.
Oh.
You'd never know how or why.
Yeah. How,
It's very strange.
very surprising.
I'm sure this was just babied its whole life.
Mm-hmm. Never brought to Redline.
No, never.
Never bounced off the rev limiter.
No.
No.
You'd wonder why the primary damage is mechanical.
Right.
Very weird.
Yeah, I like how the damage is so bad in the front, but yet it's still the primary is
Yeah,
mechanical.
well, if you'll notice, the driver's side front wheel is straight, and then if you go to the passenger side,
Quite turned.
full right lock.
Significantly
Yeah.
right lock.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's,
Nice Buick in front of it, though.
yeah, of course.
I saw
Got
such a clean LeSabre the other. Actually, no, even better than that. I saw a household that you would have laughed so hard because you would have said it's the most Charlie driveway I've ever seen.
LeSabre in a Town and Country.
Even better. Not one, but two Chrysler Sebring convertibles next to a Chrysler Town and Country.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's a very Charlie driveway. Yes. Were any of them tan?
Unfortunately not, just silver. And
Silver.
kind of an off, like almost an ocean green blue for the Town and Country.
Did you get sexually excited when you drove by?
It's slightly red.
Okay, I've got one more.
Okay.
488 682 52.
This is a 1991 Ford Festiva GL.
Yeah.
Boy, these were ugly.
Yeah, it's a manual.
Did they put automatics in these?
Yeah, they did. I think they did like a 3-speed auto.
Yeesh.
Could you
Primary
imagine
damage
that?
is vandalism. Who vandalizes a Festiva?
I don't know, but it's sad because it's such a cute little, like, it'd be like kicking a rabbit.
Yeah. Come on, people.
I think someone just took a hammer to the headlight, as far as I can see.
And that totaled it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But runs and drives, estimated retail value, $1,425.
Optimistic.
That's very optimistic, even in today's market.
The GVWR for this car, 2645. Its gross vehicle weight is less than most cars' curb weights at this point.
Yeah. You could probably pick this up with a couple people and move it.
Oh, I'm sure you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to look up what this weighs.
Probably, I'm going to guess 1850. 1991 Ford Festiva, man. So,
What was your guess?
1850.
1785.
Okay.
You were very close.
Yeah.
Dude, you could literally just pick this up with like 3 guys and just totally move it.
So they brought the Festiva here. Did they bring the Fiesta here?
Yes.
Okay, so we got
Before
both the
the
Fiesta
Festiva.
and the Festiva.
Yeah, Stu's owned a bunch of them. He never. Yeah, it's very surprising. It's similar size to this. They did it in the 70s and 80s, and then it switched to this thing.
Okay.
And then I think that this turned into the Aspire. Do you remember that car? The Ford Aspire.
Yes, I do. Yep.
And then that turned into the Escort. No, because the Escort was alongside the Aspire though. Because they did an Escort back then.
Should we put a base bid in this car just to see if we can purchase it and put it along with all of our other beautiful Fords?
Yeah, Stu would buy it from us, I think. You could buy this, park it outside, tell Stu that he bought it, and he'd probably believe you. Be like, Stu, you literally brought this here last week, and he'd be like,
"Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's right." While I was buying a Merker, they also had this.
And it fit on the trailer sideways. I just put it on there.
Yeah,
we lifted it on.
Threw it in the back of the Navigator.
You could do fun things with this car, though. That's
You
the
could.
thing.
You should bid like $100.
$275 is the minimum.
Ooh, that's a little steep.
Because after fees, you're probably at like what, 400?
I can tell you.
$400. Well,
Let me
it'd be right around
get
400.
you like a.
The other downside is it's in Flint.
Oh, they just ship it for like $50. They shipped my big ass S-Class for like $100.
They'd probably charge $100 for this too, though.
That's true. Oh, why am I on Copart? I don't need to be on Copart.
Just a natural reaction for you to open the Copart app.
I need Copart fee calculator.
1.3 liter 4-cylinder.
So you'd be bidding what, 275?
275.
275, and I bet you someone will bid more than that. Preliminary bid, payment type, would you put it on your credit card?
Yeah.
Okay. Sales tax in Michigan, 6%. Ooh, $559 you'd be out the door.
Yeah, that's a lot.
$559. It's like double what you're paying. So you got
Right.
Copart buyer fee $135, Copart gate fee $79, Copart preliminary bid fee $39, and sales tax $31.68.
Why do I have to pay the gate fee if I'm not going in?
Because the truck has to go in to pick it up.
Oh, someone has to
Someone
go in.
has to go in to pay the gate
I
fee.
see. Okay.
$79
Right.
to enter their facilities.
Right. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you want to pay $559 for a Festiva with a busted headlight,
And check Copart.
then go on Copart.
Yes. Well, thank you all so much for listening to our ramblings on literally starting with a Rolls-Royce Cullinan and ending with a clean title, but auctioned Ford Festiva.
Yeah,
That's
we
pretty
read
on
the
brand
whole
for us.
entire spectrum today.
Yeah, we really do. We do not discriminate
No, we
here at
don't.
DLMR. The only people we discriminate against are Chevy Equinox drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Not the car itself, just the drivers of them. And we will talk at you and see you next week. Well, we won't see you, but you'll see us. That's pretty much all that matters.
Yeah, we'll look at you.
Actually, we won't see you next week. Well, maybe we will. I haven't decided
Charlie's
yet.
going to... Where are you going?
Switzerland.
Yeah.
Switzerland. with my beautiful bride, Alyssa. But we don't fly out until the evening, so maybe in the morning, you and I can swing over here, record a podcast.
We should do it.
And then go to the Hyundai thing, and then...
And then you're off to Europe.
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 If not, we'll let you all hear the first episode of the DM podcast with Max. Whom you got to spend some time with this week.
Max is dope. Spent some time with him.
Did you guys end up talking more about cars that night?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we talked about how he's scared his TRX is going to get stolen.
So it's not just us, it's real owners too. So thanks for listening, and we will see you on the next one, where Chris and Charlie with Daily Motor End is every time. Drive on.